Well, today marks the beginning of Hurricane Preparedness Week with the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season just a month away. However, it can be hard to believe 2023 marks 5 years since Hurricane Florence.
It is hard to believe when you say that out loud, unless you're still dealing with it. And there are people who are watching television this morning who still are. First Alert Weather's Gabe Ross now taking a look back at the historic hurricane that is still impacting southeastern North Carolina today.
Nobody imagined the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season would feature storms that rivaled the likes of Hazel, Fran, and even Floyd. But it was days of devastating impacts that would cripple the Cape Fear region, not just for months, but in the years to follow.
Florence chugging along through the open waters of the central Atlantic this morning.
What started as a tropical depression quickly became Tropical Storm Florence as it departed the Cabo Verde Islands.
Writing really became apparent on the wall when the system failed to get north of Bermuda as it passed Bermuda.
Rapidly strengthening, the monster Category 4 storm produced winds of 140 miles per hour at its peak. A combination of wind shear and dry slotting did cause the storm to weaken, but the storm would unravel en route to the Carolina coast.
That's extremely troubling, quite honestly. Last few runs do this.
There is a possibility that this could stall near or just over southeast North Carolina.
Record rains of 2 to nearly 3 feet. Rivers overflowing their banks, a 1,000-year flooding event for many. Highways cut off due to high water.
It's just a surreal experience to see Interstate 40 look like this.
Winds gusting in excess of 100 miles per hour. Dozens of spin-up tornadoes breaking out in the powerless dark of night.
Jesslyn,
They're telling us to go to our safe spot right now.
we are going to need to go to our safe spot here.
4-foot storm surge, eroding beaches, and damaging piers.
Take a look behind me to my left. Unbelievable images here of the Curry Beach Pier. Damage in the middle, as you can see.
And the beach erosion issues are going to be long-standing. We're going to have to, it's going to be months or years of renourishment to put back together what Florence is taking from us at this time.
Tragically, 42 people killed, including a Wilmington mother and child.
And from the Wilmington Police Department.
Yeah, they are now saying a mother and an infant died when the tree fell on their home.
When it's involving a child, people push themselves to the limit, and that comes with an emotional toll as well.
Preliminary damage estimates of $16.7 million make Hurricane Florence the costliest on record in North Carolina. Some folks are still cleaning up nearly 5 years later. There were a lot of important lessons that were learned from Hurricane Florence, but perhaps the most valuable was the importance of staying prepared ahead of such storms.
Everything just came right back.
Came right back. If I recall correctly, I think that all of the first responders in that, with the firemen there, they gathered in prayer, knowing what was happening. Because, again, that was a real shock that those 2 people lost their lives. And again, just talking about the financial aspect of this, if you drive through downtown Wilmington, the federal courthouse still 5 years later, they've got those big air-conditioned hoses out there trying to get some of that moisture out of there. Still working with the multi-million dollars it's going to cost to one day get that building back up and running again. Our Hurricane Preparedness Week coverage continues again tomorrow. Meteorologist Claire Fry going to show us what you need to do to pack right now to be ready for hurricane season.
And then later this week, Chief Meteorologist Gannon Medwick will share his outlook for the upcoming hurricane season, so you will not want to miss that.